Last year, when I grew my container garden on my balcony, I especially enjoyed the beautiful flowers that my squashes and okra made. As a result, this year I am going to have not only my squash flowers and my okra flowers for my vegetables, and I also had beautiful, very pretty, small, delicate bean flowers. But this year I'm also going to grow flowers in my container garden on purpose. And a couple of them are just for the sheer joy of growing those flowers, such as these begonias, which I love the red flowers, and I also love their sort of rust dark colored leaves. And then the portulaca. I always love portulaca because it is a plant that can handle the super heat of the south. And we also often have a drought here through the summer. And I still will be watering it, but of all the flowers, the portulaca can handle a drought condition the best. So I also really like their flowers. I think that was a hummingbird I just saw. So speaking of which, I've also planted nasturtiums. Now the neat thing about nasturtiums is that you can plant them when it's still cold, and they won't do as well in the heat of the summer, but they also, because they have a long sort of tubular flower, are very attractive to hummingbirds. So by planting these nasturtiums, I'm attracting hummingbirds. The other really great thing about nasturtiums is that they're edible. And they have, here's one right here. They have a delightful sweet flavor. I mean, you can put them in salads, but I just like to come up here and graze. They have the first flavor of a nasturtium that I experience is sweetness. But after you've chewed on it for a while, it gets to be a peppery hotness, not super hot, but hotter. And I discovered it is not a good idea to eat 2 nasturtiums at once because for me anyway, oh my God, I was gagging. They were so hot. Ah, there's the burn. But I like them and they're beautiful. And I only eat the ones that are a little bit faded so that I can leave the fresh ones for the hummingbirds to get the nectar out of them. Speaking of flowers that hummingbirds like, I also have some wave petunias. And they also are tubular flowers. And I'm not going to eat the petunias, but the petunias are supposed to be a very good companion plant for tomatoes because they repel tomato hornworms. So that's why I planted the petunias with my little baby tomatoes here. Now, I also have a flower here that is just for my pure pleasure. And it is because I love roses and I love their fragrance. And the unfortunate thing is that my husband hates roses because he feels that they're out to get him. When he's mowing the lawn, he says the roses grab him and scratch him. And I say, why does he have to go right into the roses? He knows they've got thorns, but in any case, he ends up killing them because he thinks they're out to get him. So I have my rose growing here this year. It's a Brindabella rose, which is like a knockout rose, but it's also got fragrance, and I love fragrance. And this Brindabella rose that I have up here has that wonderful classic rose fragrance that those of us who love roses, this is what it's all about. Now, I also have another unusual little plant that's an herb called borage. And it's another good companion plant. Evidently, if you plant it with squashes, it makes the squash taste better. And also if you plant it with tomatoes, and I've got mine with my tomato, it helps to deter the tomato hornworms. And it's a beautiful little flower. And it's another flower that you can eat. And online it says it's got a cucumber-like flavor. It's got a very mild flavor. I wouldn't exactly say cucumber, but nice mild flavor. Now, you don't have to be like me and just eat them one at a time. I like to graze. I come up here before dinner and have my salad. But you're gonna also harvest them and put them in salads, like mix the salad up with the dressing and then place the flowers on top, the edible flowers like the borage or the nasturtiums, and it makes a beautiful, colorful salad with some intriguing flavors. Now, the thing about borage that I was really surprised is that it's a big plant. I planted it with the tomatoes. I started tomato from seed, and the tomatoes coming from seed are just like small. But the borage is this big already, and so that's a learning experience. Next year, I will plant the tomatoes first, wait till they're established, and then put the borage in, because the borage is sort of taking over. But I'm really enjoying having these beautiful flowers in the garden. It's Carol Ann Chapman, and I'm the author of When We Were Gods. And while I was writing the book, I had a visit from Pan, the Lord of the Wilderness. And he said he wanted human beings to grow more plants. And that was so we could get to experience how precious it is that plants are so amazing, that they grow and they provide us with food. And also, even if we failed, it was wonderful because we got to see how special nature is, that it keeps going on no matter what.